this was my art since I was growing up. Since I was a kid, I would sketch, right? So these were the motives that I had. When I was growing up, I would draw all these things in my white book and black pen. So when I launched my brand, I was like, it's best I start with the first, one of the first, these first few motives I drew on my book. These 5 very basic ones: 5 petal flowers, 4 petal flowers, these pre-KG school butterflies. That was my inspiration, what were the first motives I drew. So that is what I brought to life. So I was like, you know what, this is the best way to understand, the market here, the people basically. How are they responding to my work? I only did that just to understand how are people react, not to make money or anything, because that was more important.
Right.
Oh my God, that was like the worst day of my life, probably. The kind of criticism I got for my work, first of all, yes, I am expensive, but oh my God, Telugu Lochi, ఎవరైనా పెడతారా దీనికి? Who will spend so much? And someone came and
Aunties.
oh my God. I really wanted to cry that day. And honestly, one auntie came and she was like, Bane undi, it's nice only, but evereskuntaru. Who is this for? And all that. And honestly, because I just introduced my brand and all that, I was so confused. I was like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? And I remember my mom and dad, they sat me down and they're like, you're doing the right thing. Trust in whatever you're doing. This is not what you want to, this is not your target market. That's when I understood, okay, so you know what, this is not my target market. It's not fair for me to expect them to understand what I'm doing, nor they should expect me to do like what a guys is doing.
గోల్డ్ ఆర్ డైమండ్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు యూజువలీ లేడీస్ ఏం చేస్తారు, ఓకే ఈ పెళ్ళి ఉంది, ఇది కొందాము, ఇన్నిసార్లు వేసుకున్నాను, అమ్మేసిన సేమ్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది, ఆర్ అప్పుడున్న గోల్డ్ ప్రైస్కి వస్తుంది, అండ్ దెన్ దే బై సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్. సో దే కాన్స్టెంట్లీ చేంజింగ్ పీసెస్. కొంచెం ఒక 10% ఆర్ 20% అటు ఇటు కొంచెం వాళ్ళు యాడ్ చేస్తుంటారు మనీ.
That's true.
But with the kind of jewelry that you're currently making, it is not something that you can sell and make money out of it.
Yeah.
Right? It's more like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Movies lo gaani itla feature cheyadaniki gaani it is more appealing. So how are you dealing with that aspect as a business, Sanjay?
Actually, this was the same worry I had, but it's surprising fact is people are evolving now. People don't want to wear the same thing another person's wearing, because
Exactly.
with those jewelry
Right.
pieces which
Right.
are available in these
stores, jewelry stores.
they're all very similar.
Right.
Yeah. And when you go to a wedding, you'll at least, ఇప్పుడు ఒక 20 women, or you'll at least see 15 women wearing the same thing, probably with like different
Koddiga
colors. Everybody looks the same. Yeah, teenagers are dressed like that. 60-year-old
Exactly.
women are dressed like that. So I think the shift might have happened post-COVID, because they also want to, wear like something different. They
Right.
want to stand out. It's like, what the hell, yeah, like, before gold వేసుకోవాలంటే we have to wear gold for for weddings, లేకపోతే ఏమనుకుంటారు, ఏం లేదు మన దగ్గర. That is bullshit, honestly. That's ridiculous, but I'm glad people are slowly changing. But I do see very big milestone was moving from a 400 square feet office to this really big setup where I have my own production unit, I have my own design office, I have my own studio, right? Like people can come. That is definitely my biggest milestone, because setting up your own thing, man, that's really tough. That's very difficult, especially during COVID. What was I thinking? I don't know, but I did it. And I think that was honestly my biggest milestone, because people would expect, oh my God, you were on this, your work was on this cover, that cover, someone wore your piece. Honestly, when I was in college, when I used to see back then, magazines was such a big deal. It was everything. And they were so good back in the day. So I would remember, flipping pages, and I would think to myself, man, when is my work going to be there? It would be so cool,
I think Vogue magazine మీద వచ్చిందో అనుకుంటా కదా.
Yeah, like a bunch of them. But the thing is, it didn't I wasn't so excited for some reason because I had other things that I was so worried about. Like, you have, business related, setting up your own stuff. These are serious issues. So
Right.
all these small achievements, and I thought would be very cool in college. I think I didn't process it. Honestly, for me, inspiration finds me. I don't have to keep looking for it. It's just a very, very random thought. I depend a lot on my imagination. It's something that it's very personal to me. I
Right.
don't, I'm not the sort who just, look at a painting and get inspired. No. ఎలా అయిపోయిందంటే today, most brands, what I see is the product isn't great, but the marketing is excellent. They're making that noise and, it's reaching people, collaborating with these influencers. And, that reach is overnight high, very high. I did not do that, honestly, because starting, I didn't have the money for marketing. Yeah, I didn't pay. I didn't pay a rupee for marketing. It just happened. And sometimes I tell people I think I got lucky there. But I think my dad, when I tell my dad, I think I got lucky, my dad would he'll get very angry saying that, it's not lucky. Why don't you look at it from, this angle where, your work is good, that is where it's going. Or else you wouldn't have reached, you wouldn't have come this far. So it's not lucky. Luck is a factor, but it'll only favor the hard workers, they say. So that, I think, that's when I realized, okay, I'm not making enough noise. I feel like I need to